Hey everybody, welcome to Enliven Wellness. My name is Tessa Gurley and I am honored, to say the least, to be here tonight. Why? Because I have some of the best news for people who have been diagnosed with CIRS that I've ever found. And to be honest, you guys, I'm really overwhelmed. Because I am so excited to bring this information to you guys. To my people who have been told that you're broken for the rest of your life, that you have to continually live in fear, it's bullshit. And I just found a study to prove it. Now, first of all, thank you to my subscribers. I love you so deeply. And when I found this study, I was talking to my dad and I said, my people have got to hear this. Like the 5,000 subscribers that I've got, or like 4,200 subscribers that I've got, deserve to hear this information because it is free, it is cheap. Anyone out there who has monetary problems deserves to know this. Anyone out there who has been told that you've got CIRS deserves to know this. Every single person out there who feels like they're broken and fucked up forever deserves to know this, because you guys, you have the power within you to heal yourself, and this is proving it. Studies like these are proving it, and I'm here to bring you this information, and I'm so honored. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I am passionate about bringing this information to you all because you deserve to know. So I present how meditation can help you heal from CIRS, part 1. This is a cold call. I haven't rehearsed this video, so bear with me. I might get a couple of the details off, but I will clean it up later. I had to get this information out to you tonight. So, I don't follow the Shoemaker protocol. And I actually don't believe that it's the only way that you can heal CIRS. And this is proof of that. And all the work that I'm doing on the outside when I'm not making videos and working with my clients, because I am so dedicated to you guys, okay? I'm so dedicated to you because I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Pardon my language, and you guys can get upset that I'm cussing, but I am passionate. I was like, fuck that. I'm not gonna sit here and live in fear for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna freak out about like going to a hotel that smells moldy and be like, I'm gonna be fucked for the rest of my life and screwed. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And like, I've had so many clients say like, you know what? Like, I don't want to be living in fear for the rest of my life. And I said, I don't blame you. Okay, so, but Shoemaker has done some good research on the topic. So, let me explain something about CIRS. It's not that the mold is still in your system. What happens when you're exposed to a biotoxin, aka mold, Lyme, ciguatera, blah, 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 you are, and I've been crying because I'm just so excited to share this video, so my face might be a little bit like puffy, but you have what's called excessive inflammatory cytokine production going on. Now, just, you know, bear with the sciency terminology here, but you have excessive inflammatory cytokines being pumped through your system, which means you're in a state of chronic inflammation. Okay? Now, you have two different kinds of immune systems. You have the innate immune system and the adaptive immune system. And the innate immune system is the one that you're born with. Okay? And I'm going to read this directly from some of the work of Dr. Shoemaker. Put on your nerd glasses and let's get ready. The innate immune system is factory installed and ready to go the minute you're born. Cells equipped with pattern recognition receptors are ready and waiting to respond to the presence of unfriendly toxins. Okay, so you've got these certain cells that are ready. They've got little receptors that are they're waiting to respond to toxins such as Lyme, mold, blah blah blah. Okay, and these toxins are processed and presented to naive lymphocytes called T cells. Okay, T lymphocytes, immune cells, and those are the lead organization or organizers of the adaptive immune response. So, enter the adaptive immune response. The adaptive immune response. The newly exposed T cells then teach B cells how to respond to the most recognizable toxin parts. If again exposed to the toxin, your B cells will produce an antibody to hunt them down. Quote, the basic problem in patients with CIRS. Though the exact mechanism of susceptibility remains unclear, patients prone to developing CIRS fail to mount an effective immune response to biotoxins. When this happens, the innate immune system shows signs of continuous but ineffective activation. How good does that make you feel, guys? Anyway, there's some good information there. Now this is the next quote. This is from an interview taken with Jill Carnahan, who I like, but yes. This is the body's out-of-control inflammatory response to a toxin it can't get rid of that causes a cascade of inflammatory and hormonal changes that can cause fatigue, pain, you guys know the deal. This most frequently happens in those of us with the HLA-DR, blah, blah, blah. Okay, two things. Out-of-control inflammation. Excessive inflammatory cytokine production. Same thing, okay? Same thing. That's what happens when those of us who have been diagnosed with CIRS, don't say you ever have CIRS, it's just a diagnosis, it's not who you are. But those of us who have been diagnosed with CIRS have this out-of-control inflammation, chronic inflammation. And basically what happens is that your innate immune system has a hard time activating to clear the toxin because of the out-of-control inflammation. Now, let's get to it. What is the cheap, free way that is being shown to deal and heal and activate the people once thought that you couldn't activate the innate immune response? Okay? What they're showing is that it can. So basically, in those of us who have been diagnosed with CIRS, they've been saying that our innate immune system can't activate properly. This study is showing that we can actually activate our innate immune response on our own with meditation. That's right. All right, nerd glasses on. So let's get this straight. What this study is going to show, this is just a little nugget, a little rundown. What this study has shown, and granted it was small, but they're doing more work on the subject, obviously, thank God. Or thank higher power, whatever source you believe in. Not moonshine, my water. My Berkey water, by the way. It showed that meditation voluntarily activated the immune system of the volunteers who underwent the intervention, which was 10 days only of particular meditation techniques and cold exposure, which if you're new to my channel, you know that I'm really, you don't know that I'm into cold exposure, but those of you who are seasoned Enliveners know that I am. Sorry, my camera is tilting a little bit. Anyway, it showed that meditation voluntarily activated the immune system and that it decreased levels of inflammatory cytokines and it increased levels of anti-inflammatory cytokines. and the researchers concluded these results could have important implications for the treatment of conditions associated with excessive or persistent inflammation. Chronic inflammatory response syndrome, persistent or chronic inflammation. So, I read the study. So again, dun 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 dun, dun, put on your nerd glasses. I actually have nerd glasses, I'm just wearing my contacts right now. So put them on and allow me to recite some of the best news you will ever hear. Excessive or persistent pro-inflammatory cytokine production plays a central role in autoimmune diseases. Acute activation of the sympathetic nervous system attenuates the innate immune response. However, both the autonomic nervous system and innate immune system are regarded as systems that cannot be voluntarily influenced, meaning that you can't just turn them on. Bullshit. Herein, we evaluated the effects of a training program, meditation training program, on the autonomic nervous system and the innate immune response. Healthy volunteers were randomized to either the intervention group or control group. Subjects in the intervention group were trained for 10 days in meditation, and these included a third eye meditation, breathing techniques, kind of like Wim Hof, exposure to cold, immersion in ice baths. The control group was not trained. Subsequently, all subjects underwent experimental endotoxemia administration of 2 nanograms of E. coli. So they shot these people up with E. coli. Ah! That's a biotoxin. In the intervention group, practicing the learned techniques resulted in intermittent respiratory alkalosis and hypoxia, resulting in profoundly increased plasma epinephrine levels. Think stress. In the intervention group, plasma levels of the anti-inflammatory cytokine, IL-10, increased more rapidly after the E. coli was administered, correlating strongly with preceding epinephrine levels and were higher. Levels of pro-inflammatory mediators, TNF-alpha, sound familiar to people who have gotten a CIRS panel, IL-6 and IL-8, were lower in the intervention group and correlated negatively with IL-10 levels. Finally, flu-like symptoms were lower in the intervention group. In conclusion, we demonstrate that voluntary activation of the sympathetic nervous system results in epinephrine release and subsequent, sorry, I lost that little line. Okay. Oh, yep, and subsequent suppression of the innate immune response in humans. These results could have important implications for the treatment of conditions associated with excessive or persistent inflammation. So, what happened in the meditation group? They first had lower levels of the pro-inflammatory cytokines. They also had higher levels of anti-inflammatory cytokines, anti-inflammatory being anti-inflammation. Now, some of you would say, well, did those people have the HLA-DR? Well, statistics kind of are showing that apparently 25% of us have this HLA-DR thing. So if that intervention group had 12 people in it, the chances of there being at least 1 or 2 people who had that HLA-DR is really high. Okay, the chance that 3 of the 12 of them had that is also really high. Think of the statistics, okay? Now, I also bring up the point that you are not your genes. The work of Dr. Bruce Lipton has shown this like crazy. Even my professors at my medical school have said, I don't totally buy the gene game. There are epigenetic factors that turn on or off your genes. And yes, that might have been mold in the first place, but what are these studies showing? What is the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, Lissa Rankin, Bruce Lipton, blah, 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 blah. What are these showing? That the epigenetics, which means sit on top of the gene, are more influential than the genes itself. So, do those of us with the diagnosis of this CIRS thing maybe have to like keep our houses more dust free and, you know, just be more, you know, like, we're just sensitive individuals, you guys, which isn't bad. It means we just need to eat clean food, drink clean water, have a clean house. It's not like that crazy. You know, get good sleep. Like, you just need to live a life that's in balance and harmony with the way that humans were meant to live. And you need to meditate, because meditation increases your immune response and it decreases inflammation, and you can activate your own innate immune system with meditation and decrease inflammation and decrease the symptoms of CIRS and the expression of CIRS. And I am so happy to bring you this information. I believe with all my heart that you can heal yourself with the power of your nervous system, your mind, meditation, and living a life that humans were meant to live. Get back to the basics. Teach your body how to be more resilient. Do not buy this belief that you are broken, that you can't overcome this, because you can. You can. Oh, man. Thank you so much for being here. Please, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, reach out from the email down below, and just put "I'm ready." I would love to help teach you how to do this, because then it gets to like, well, how the hell do I meditate? And oh my God, meditation doesn't work for me, and I'm a very skilled meditation coach because it's what has saved my life. And I would love to teach you how it can save yours. And getting back to the basics is what has saved my life, and it can save yours. Thank you for being a part of the Enliven family. I love you all with all my heart. I hope this video brought you immense hope and joy, and that after you watch this, you feel more empowered and ready to just take on the world and be like, by God, I am not broken. I am whole, and I am strong, and I am capable, because you are. So much love to you all. Thank you. Oh, and join us for YouTube Live every Tuesday at 6:15 p.m. Mountain Standard. I love you. Good night.